Hey folks, Phil Gallagher here for Daily D&T featuring the Lurrus Taxes build. We're currently 2-1 after losing to a Red Prison nut draw with multiple Sulfur Elementals. See if we can redeem ourselves this round. Alright, we are playing against a Gyruda combo deck. So in game 1, we can revoke mana sources, we can play Dranith Magistrate. Remorseful Cleric doesn't really do what we want it to do because there's no time between the Gyruda trigger starting to resolve and ending resolving. Swords of Plowshares and Karakas also technically do things. I think I'm supposed to keep this hand, lead on Karakas, pass, and then play Aether Vial on my turn 2, and then ride a bunch of Hawks to victory, maybe. I also might Wasteland on my turn 2, especially if my opponent plays a Soul Land. Yeah, that's fine. So Wastelanding my opponent is pretty appealing here. So, in order to die, my opponent would have to have, like, double LED, and if they had double LED already, they just would have gone for it. If I leave this around, they can play, like, monoliths. I'm gonna go ahead and destroy that. Yeah, you can unmask me. That should just take an Aether Vial. So the only way I die is to double LED. Or LED plus Soul Land, I guess, does it. I guess let's play this game like a coward and, like, not die to put 1 point of damage into play. That's very good. Putting that on LED will be our best play as of next turn. So now with that on the stack, we just bounce this so that all of their various clone effects we can just copy Mother of Runes. Yeah, that's fine. The Charming Prince does, like, nothing. So opponent bottomed. that seems like an early concession to me, but sure. I'm pretty likely to win that one, but it's like literally going to take me 10 turns to kill you. Alright, so what do we have for this deck? Deafening Silence kind of sucks on the draw, I think. Chalice of the Void on 0 is good. Torment's Crypt doesn't actually do what I want it to do. Stony Silence is good, though awkward with the Hope of Gyruda combo. Draenith Magistrate's good. Path to Exile's good. Seal of Cleansing and Deafening Silence are borderline. I think my opponent is supposed to play out their artifact mana on the first turn. So I don't actually think Deafening Silence does anything when I'm on the draw. Could be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. This is kind of weird in that, like, I need to keep my 1 mana interactive spells. Which is not usually the case when you're boarding this sort of stuff. Okay, Clerics aren't particularly good. Avengers aren't particularly good. I need to keep some flyers, but I'm still going to have 7. That way I can, like, block Restoration Angels if my opponent just plays those. So, like, those are my starting cuts. I don't think the Moms are particularly potent. I don't know how much, like, actual removal my opponent is going to have for my permanents. I expect they're more of an all-in deck than anything else. I'll still probably keep a couple just because, like, Gyruda doesn't trample if one slips through. So this is turn 1, hold up a piece of removal. Turn 2, play Ether Vial. Turn 3, hope, and have port. I guess this is fine. I'm super worried about my opponent, like, just having it when they're on the play. Like, there's nothing I can do if they turn 1 me. Not a Force of Will deck. But if they don't turn 1 me, my chances of winning this game are pretty high, I think. Okay, they have only produced 5 mana towards their giant demon. That's not horrifying at all. Alright, so we'll play a Plains, we'll play a Chalice on 0, which, unfortunately, since we are on the draw, is noticeably worse. And I just have to hold up this mana. There's no way I can play the Vial. I'm dead to too many draws. That is not one of them. This is a depletion counterland for green. So how many depletion lands is my opponent playing if they're playing the green one? I don't actually know if that's a complete cycle, but I'm going to presume there's a blue and a black one. Like I want to say, like, Peat Bog is the black one, and I think there's a blue one. So I'm probably just supposed to wasteland that. And then pass the turn. I'm not ticking up this Ether Vial, but I guess that's kind of whatever. It's better to play the port. Yes, the port. I don't need to hold 2 of these up in the next turn cycle. And I'm fine telegraphing to my opponent that that's coming. I'm in trouble if my opponent plays a defense grid, though. I think those are going to be boarded out. I don't know for sure. I think I like porting and holding up mana rather than playing out the hope. Because I can just vial in the hope. Again, that's an early concession. We have not done a single point of damage to our opponent yet. But I get it. All right, we're up to 3-1, so we've at least broken even on this league. Let's see if we can make it a 4-1 tomorrow.